All right, boys, welcome to the YouTube channel. Long form content arc is starting right now. And what better way to do it than with this beautiful acceleration session in the snow? I obviously shoveled all of this. It only took me about 10 minutes. It was actually a great warm up. Did some ace skips, did a few other things. Now I'm ready to go. So first thing we got today, we got some med ball throws. Then we'll move into some jumps, some broad jumps that is. And then after that, we got heavy ass sled sprints, some contrast with that. And then we'll finish off with just traditional 15-yard sprints. But yeah, for right now, we're just gonna rip a med ball 10 times. My goal is to get it past that cone right there. Past 20 yards is the goal. I'm training for the Apex competition in April, and it is a med ball throw with an 8-pound med ball. The one used in the competition is bigger than this one, but I don't really have access to anything else. So without further ado, let's get into it. But like I said, I've already warmed up. It's a little cold out here. It's like 28 degrees or something like that. But yeah, we're just gonna get into it. Goal is to hit that cone. So first rep, here we go. Oh yeah, okay, I think 20 yards is gonna be very easy. We might need to move this cone back a bit. I actually cannot put into words how excited I am and I was walking up here to get this in, because you should have seen it before. It was pristine. Like obviously you can tell the rest of the field, but it was untouched. I came up here and I was just talking to myself like, dude, I cannot wait to film this video. It's gonna be so sick. And here we are. This is so cool. I'm able to do stuff like this. All right, rep 2, we're gonna dial it up a little bit, pop it, hit 20, and then we'll go into 10 full reps. All right, that was like 19. So I think we're ready to go 100%. All right, that was a line drive. That passed 20 yards and rolled straight into the snow. All right, that was terrible. Time to jump. All right, we got some double broad jumps now. Goal is to get past 6 yards. So I think 6 yards should be probably around right here. We'll bring the cone on the first one. We got 8 reps of those, but first I need to indulge in some bone broth because it is cold out here. That's refreshing. Okay, first one. I think I'm just gonna hold the mic in my hand because I've never used these mics doing anything active, so I don't really know how well the clips hold. But first one, this doesn't count as a working rep. We're just gonna do this at like 75%, put a baseline, and just get familiar with the movement. So let's do it. Okay, that felt good. I have no idea why I said I was going to get 6 yards on this. I'm going to get much further than 6 yards. Ugh. Nice. That didn't feel too bad. This is actually my first or second real training day back. A week ago today, I tweaked my back doing pin squats. I worked up to a heavy single on back squat, did a set of pin squats. It felt amazing. And then I went to do my second set, and as soon as I went to unrack it from the pins, I just felt a pop, sat down, and it did not feel good. It hurt so bad that the next day I could not roll out of bed, nor could I really walk or even bend. Like, it was my left side. This is what I can do now. The day after, I literally could get to here and it would start hurting, like 9 out of 10 pain, but we got that taken care of. But yeah, that first rep felt good. Let's go ahead and send a second one, see if we can't get a couple feet further. Ugh. There we go. If you were wondering what I'm doing for rest on these, that's a terrible question, because for me, rest is one of those things in my training that I don't really pay that much attention to. Most of the time, at least in the weight room, most of the time it's just, sit there, recover, and rest until I feel good, and just, go based off vibes. But when I'm doing something like a jump or a sprint, that's a lot more output, a lot higher intensity, I tend to have longer rest periods. So a max velocity sprint, for example, I'll sit down sometimes in between reps for 5 minutes just to give myself complete rest. But like for this, I'm just walking around talking to a camera, and then when I feel like I've yapped for too long, I do another rep. And right now would be that time. Third rep. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. I need to get let me get another cone. All right, I'm gonna use this cone as a marker for my first jump, because something I have a problem with when it comes to continuous broad jumps is making sure I don't cut myself off on the first jump. And I feel like a lot of people tend to do that, as they cut themselves off because they're so worried about doing the next jump, and then it ruins the rep. So for me, my goal is to pass that on my first jump. About the same, honestly, a couple inches. Nice. All right, I got 4 more of these, and then we'll go into some technique specific work. All right, it's worth noting that this session and my training for the next 2.5 months is going to be a combination of my own personal programming combined with Joe Padula's Apex Ready program. If you don't know who Joe Padula is, go follow him on Instagram. Dude is a fucking beast. But what we got now is something from his programming that I've wanted to do for myself for a very long time. I just haven't ever done it. And that is acceleration bounding. We're gonna do a superset of acceleration bounds, 3 each leg, with some 4-step starts, and then we'll get into some heavy resisted sprints. So without further ado, we're just gonna go straight into these bounds. I've never done them before. All right, surely this can't be that hard, right? Essentially what I'm doing is just working on my hip projection that way, because acceleration is really about how much force you can put into the ground, not straight down, but back behind you. So that's what we're trying to mimic right here, is the shin angles that you encounter in early acceleration. So here we go. No idea if I'm doing those right. I think I am. I just feel really dumb, but that's okay. Now we have a 4-step acceleration, and we'll just go ahead. And I'm gonna do it back here actually, so I don't run out of real estate. 4 steps, nice and smooth, really just transferring what we just did into this. That didn't feel too good. I messed up my start by hitting myself in the leg with my arm. And after that, it was just downhill from there. For this little technique block, I'm not really gonna worry about the rest too much because it is sub-maximal, and I got a lot of stuff ahead of me in this session, and quite frankly, I want to just get it done. Like, I'm enjoying the session, but I do not want to be out here for 3 hours. And that's something that I do a lot, is take way too long or way too much time during my training sessions. So we're just gonna go in and do these bounds second set. That felt nice. All right, those are done. Now it's time for some sled sprints. If you've been following me on Instagram for a minute, you've probably seen my DIY sled. I actually threw it away because I put on my big boy pants and I bought a real sprint sled. So now I can actually add a bunch of weight on it. So I think today we have 150 pounds on there, which is roughly 75% of my body weight. And yeah, we're just gonna rip it. This is kind of where my programming creeps in. I watched one Blaine McConnell video, and now all I wanna do is super heavy resisted sprints. So the game plan is we're gonna do 2 reps of that for 10 yards, super heavy resisted sprint, pair that with 1 10-yard acceleration, do that 3 to 4 times, and then probably do 2, maybe 3 unresisted 15s after that, just to get my legs under me, since I have taken a week off of training. And after that, we'll go home, rip an ISO real quick, and that'll be today's training. So let me set up the sled and let's get after it. I have genuinely no idea how heavy this is gonna feel. Last week I did 90 pounds, so this is nearly twice what I did last week. And last week felt pretty heavy, so yeah, I can tell this is gonna be fun. Let's do it. Oh, that felt great. That actually felt so good. I don't know if you can see me, but that felt amazing. And what was really nice is the momentum I built up just carried it for the last 5 yards once I passed the 10-yard mark. So I'm just gonna sit here, catch my breath real quick for the next 30 seconds, and then do another rep, and that'll be almost 1 set completed. I'll have an unresisted 10-yard after that. Yeah, that feels so good. I can't even describe to you how good that feels. We're gonna go ahead and do our unresisted from a little further back, so we don't have any real estate issues, because quite frankly, I don't want to get snow on my shoes. And don't worry, the tarp will come off soon. Got my thermal sleeveless under here so we can get some sun exposure. Oh, okay, I feel really, really fucking good actually. Let's do this. That actually felt really good. I ran out of real estate still, damn. We're gonna go ahead and take the tarp off and do our next set. Despite being apparently 30 degrees outside, it is remarkably gorgeous. I feel amazing. Like right now, based on the heat I've generated, it feels like it's about 50 outside. This is so good. And this is what I don't understand, is why people don't go outside during the winter. If you're just outside for a little bit and you do something to get your body temp up, I know it sounds crazy, but it's not as cold outside. This feels amazing. Like I'm getting sunshine. I'm surrounded by snow. I'm doing sled sprints. What more could you ask for if we're being real? Anyways, enough yapping. Let's do another rep. All right, this rep, we're gonna try not to pop up as much. Really what I wanna do, get in my 2-point, get a good push, get my hip projection, big, long steps. Ideally, I want to be at 4 steps maximum by 5 yards. I think right now, it probably takes me around like right at 7 to get to 10 yards. If I want to run really, really fast, which I do, I need to cut that down to probably 6.5 steps, which is a lot harder than it sounds, but we'll see what we can do on this rep. That felt so bad. So bad. Holy shit. We're gonna do 4 sets of this and then probably do 1 or 2 15s and call it a day. I did a set, I didn't record it, so this is our 4th set. Last set of resisted, the resisted 10, then we'll rest a little bit and then probably get into some 15s, call it a day. Okay, for the strictly for the content, we're gonna go tarps off. All right, we're gonna put the mic. The mic's gonna go right here, which is probably not good for my brain, considering my frontal lobe has not been developed fully yet. But it is what it is. Maybe we'll get an emetic response out of it, who knows. But let's do this. Honestly, the back feels fine. I'm actually going to be posting about it on Instagram later today, so by the time you see this YouTube video, you'll probably have already seen that Instagram reel. But I didn't do anything crazy, and I won't get into it too much here, but I didn't ice it. I guess I kind of rested it the first 24 hours. I didn't take any pain medication. I didn't go to the doctor. I didn't even think about going to the doctor because I've done that enough times to know that it doesn't help. I red lighted the shit out of it, moved it around, and that's really it. And now I feel, I'd say probably like 90%. Like, I'm not gonna go to the gym tomorrow and squat 500, but I'm gonna go to the gym tomorrow and try to squat and see how it feels. Enough yapping. All right, last sled sprint of the day. Let's make it the best one and finish these on a high note. All right, that's done. Let's get a 10 in here. And then I'm thinking probably 2 15s and I'm gonna call it. But I like those. Those are fun. Those feel really, really good today. Call me crazy, and I'm not making this up. I really wish I was. I already feel something right here in my brain where this microphone is. I promise you I'm not insane. I'm not that orthorexic, but I genuinely almost feel like I have a headache now. So I think I'm gonna move the microphone. And I wish I was making that up because that was actually very strange. Upon briefly reviewing the footage, I need to drastically decrease the angle of my torso. I'm still starting very tall, and that's not the end of the world, but I think it would help me a bit if I could just go from maybe right here to like right there, something like that. Not as much on the start, more so maintaining the angle that I start with in my stance throughout my acceleration. So we're gonna do 15 yards. I think I'm gonna do my first one going this way. I'm gonna run out of real estate, but it's gonna be all right. Because I like to enjoy my life, I'm gonna do the last rep going this way again, and I'm going to try to safely head first slide as if I were stealing second base, just for the fun of it, and it seems like it'd feel good. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, I'm actually stoked for this. This is gonna be sick. This is probably one of the stupider things I've done. I played baseball, so I kind of know what I'm doing, but thinking launch right here, goal 5 yards from where I am at is second base. So we're just gonna do that. Hopefully I don't get turf burn or anything, but if I do, it is what it is. So I'm gonna take this mic off and let's do it. Oh my God. Oh, damn. That hurt. I don't know if I got turf burn or what. Holy shit, that actually hurt really bad. I don't think it looks like I got any damage, but let me show you this distance of this slide. Is actually pretty good. Actually, you can probably see it. Yeah, that's pretty good. Good 5 or 6 yards covered there. That's a great way to end the session. I am now very cold, so let me get dried off and do an outro or whatever the hell you're supposed to do. Okay, that was actually such a great idea. That felt really good. Great way to cap off the session. I'm gonna go home and do a lunge ISO on each side. I'm not gonna film it because, quite frankly, you don't want to watch that. That'd be really boring. It's boring enough for me, so I won't make you suffer through that. But yeah, I'm probably gonna make these more of a regular sort of thing. I enjoy making videos like this, and I mean, I'm already training for Apex. I already make stuff on Instagram, so why not make YouTube videos? But I appreciate you for watching. hopefully I get to be consistent on these. I'll hold myself accountable. I'm thinking one video a week would probably be a good place to start, and then we'll just build from there. But if you watch this entire video, really appreciate it. If you don't mind, subscribe, comment, like, whatever. Give me suggestions, anything. But yeah, man, I appreciate it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.